Facebook advertising. What is the best way to grow your page for the lowest possible cost? Facebook has 2 billion people on it. Facebook gaming has been growing substantially. There's a huge opportunity for brands, marketers, and creators in particular to use Facebook ads to grow super fast, to tap into all of these audiences that their fellow competitors, their fellow creators are not using yet. So this is your opportunity to use the extra money that you have, the money that you're earning from creating content, to potentially invest into Facebook and to accelerate your growth. This is the Digital Drop Podcast. We are the #1 podcast for gaming creators where we help you make gaming content full-time. My name is Andrew Wall. Thanks for joining us. We're really excited about this one. I'm a digital marketing executive, and I'm joined by my go-to social media guys. First thing, it's Andrew Perrin, Senior Galactic Social Media Manager and Advertising VP. What's up, buddy?
Senior and Galactic in one title. I'll take that upgrade. I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back here, and you know I love to talk Facebook advertising, so this is like the perfect episode for me.
Oh my gosh, yes. And Andrew Perrin, so you guys know, he's been running Facebook ads for me for 6 years or so. He's spent thousands of dollars on Facebook across brands and creators and businesses and what have you. And whenever I want to set up my own ads for my own projects, it's Andrew Perrin is my first guy to go to. And my second guy to go to is Ross A. Dillon, creator of VGF Gamers, social media entrepreneur, and insert other title things here that are dumb. Ross, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. I'm glad to be #2 in this case because Andrew Perrin knows his stuff. Every time we talk Facebook advertising, I pick up something. So this is going to be a very heavy Andrew Perrin episode, and I'm very excited for that because everyone's going to take away something from this one, I promise.
Yeah, there's a million YouTube tutorial videos out there and articles by everybody, and if you Google it, everybody's got their piece of advice. Most of the time, they're super generic advice, and so we're going to try to tell you the stuff that actually works in our real experience, not just some article that's being written to get SEO and clicks off of you. We're not trying to make money off of you right now. We're just trying to help you. Rode Microphones is our sponsor, and if you like the way we sound in this podcast, all the vocals you're hearing during this episode have no extra post-production at all. No effects, no enhancements. You aren't hitting any of those buttons, right, Ross?
Never.
Never.
Ever.
This sound is raw. It's the Rode Procaster microphone plus the Rodecaster Pro mixer with its onboard processing turned on. So we're not normalizing or adding EQ or enhancing this at all. If you think we sound good and you're shopping around for some new gear, go to our website, propodcastinggear.com. Download our no strings attached, actually free guide that just has our audio recommendations if you're looking to improve your quality. We're not collecting your email, your credit card, no marketing BS. We're just recommending great gear that we've used and that can help you do what you love for a living. We've been working from home doing what we love for a living for the last 10 years, so we just want to help you out. Go to our site, propodcastinggear.com, download our free audio equipment guide right now, and tip of the hat to Rode Microphones for helping us sound better than ever. To kick things off for Facebook, we just have to put this thing in perspective. 2 billion people on the platform. Pretty much every interest on the planet is there. Every country that has the internet and doesn't have an oppressive government has let Facebook in. And there's all this talk, right, Perrin, of Facebook being the pay-to-operate platform. Put Facebook into perspective for us and help us understand what is the current state of Facebook and how should we be thinking about the platform.
So if we're going to put this in the perspective of gaming creators, which we're hoping that that's who's listening to us right now, but even if you're just a normal creator trying to get some advice here on our podcast, looking at Facebook as a gaming creator or creator in general, you're looking at a platform that is really trying to push into your territory and to have a lot of initiatives and features focused specifically for you. Facebook wants more gaming creators on their platform. They've been wanting this for about the past year, and they're sinking a lot of money into it. The thing you have to know about Facebook is just what you said. When you're going to operate on Facebook as a page, and which you will need to do as a gaming creator, you have to assume that it's going to be pay to operate. You're not going to be able to blow up huge, gather this great organic audience just by existing and pushing out content on Facebook. Facebook does not work that way. Facebook has been designed for the past many, many years, almost since its conception and since advertising was introduced, as a marketing platform. So you have to treat that as such for your gaming creator brand. It's a platform for you to market your gaming creator content. If you have that in mind, you're going to succeed a lot better on Facebook, understanding that you're going to have to shell out some cash. Now, I don't want to scare you guys away just because I'm saying pay to operate. You know, you're trying to make some cash, you can quit your day job, etc. On Facebook, you don't need a ton of money to get from a nothing place to a great place. I've actually done a lot of strategies with just a couple $100 or even less to get creators from nothing to a great starting point, or even to a great like middle ground where they've got concurrent viewership, they've got engagements, they've got views on their videos, and they're making their way through Facebook's creator program, which is really, really well done and really well developed, and they've been pushing it pretty hard. And you want to kind of ride the wave of that as a creator, especially if you're trying to supplement YouTube, or if you're not making it a main focus, but it's kind of a side focus to help you. It's really, really good in that position.
I mean, you did that for me. I mean, you did that for me like 6 months ago. You set up my ads. I got close to from 0 to 30,000 followers on Facebook for the games that I was covering. And I went from getting views in the teens or 20s per video I was releasing or live stream I was doing to guaranteed hundreds, if not thousands of views, and concurrent viewership anywhere between 20 to 50, running, what was it, $400 or $500 in Facebook ads. So what he's saying is the real deal. I've actually had him use this strategy on me as an experiment, and it worked instantly.
It's actually really fun, especially if you're coming from Twitch, where you've been kind of grinding live content with no concurrent viewership at all. And to come over to Facebook and maybe start a live streaming strategy as a gamer there, and to be able to add this kind of really minimal or minimalistic advertising strategy, and you've already got viewers. You've already got viewers. They're real people. They're engaged. They like what you're doing. They become top fans. They start caring about you as a personality, and you can even translate them over to your other platforms. So if you're looking at it as a side thing or a supplementary thing for your gaming creator operation or your brand as a whole, I think it's really, really strong in that spot. And it's a really, really great place to take some of your earnings, if you're not making a whole lot, and reinvest them into a way to market your content. So long and short of it, have the right perspective going into it from the get-go. It's going to be pay to operate. You're going to need some money to have some success, but that money circumvents time. You don't have to spend a year to get one concurrent viewer like you might have to on Twitch. You can get it in a month or even less, and you don't have to spend that much money. So I think you really win out because you're saving time and you're spending a little bit of money. The ratio is good in terms of time saved versus money spent. I think it's really, really great for a gaming creator in terms of that ratio.
I totally agree. I feel like Facebook is a great platform for those of you that have at least a part-time job or full-time job to invest those extra earnings that you have for side hustle into a platform. If you're short on time, this is the platform for you. And so a lot of creators that come to me for consulting and are seriously considering Facebook, a lot of them are mobile gamers, and we're not going to go all the way into that. But the reason why they're mobile gamers is maybe they're a dad, maybe they have a full-time job, maybe they're full-time in school, and they're just short on time in their personal life. But because they're a real adult making real money, they have some extra money laying around each month, maybe $100, maybe a couple $100, and they are willing to invest that money to save time because they just don't have unlimited time like they did when they were a teenager or very young adult. And so that's why you're seeing a lot of mobile gamers in particular, or more casual games, really blowing up on Facebook, and seeing those creators grow quickly is because they actually have money to invest. So for those of you out there that have that couple extra $100, this is your opportunity. And Ross, I mean, we can't just talk about spending money blindly on the platform. I mean, what kind of content should you be advertising on Facebook to actually get some traction?
Oh, that's a good question, Mr. Digital. First of all, I got 5 notes here that I want to hit on.
Sorry, Mr. Digital?
Yes.
It's actually a really cool name. I
Mr.
feel like I should make...
Digital. I know, I like it, Mr. Digital, yeah.
Yeah, I should make a whole nother brand, Mr. Digital, like the
I can
dark
hear that. I can already
sunglasses
hear
brand.
that theme song, too. That techno Mr. Digital, yeah.
Kind of like that?
Oh, yeah, just like that. Just like that. In fact, you just need to record that and just go with it. But anyway, back to content on Facebook that you should be advertising. Like I said, I wrote down kind of 5 little key points, and there's going to be a lot more, but just to speed this up. Number one thing you have to remember is that people on social media have a short attention span. So whatever kind of content you're going to advertise, it needs to be fairly short. If you're thinking about advertising like a 15-minute video of your stream, don't do it because nobody's going to watch it. Right now, the average right now that I see for video, and this actually works across all platforms, is usually just from about 10 to 30 seconds. Those are the best clips to see because they're fast. People like fast. They can watch it while they're scrolling through their timeline without feeling like they're missing anything else. And it should also, the number 2 note, it should also be a preview of what you regularly post. So, for instance, if they're going through the timeline and they see your advertised post here and it's a 10 to 30 second clip, it's a good gaming clip, it's funny, maybe you had a funny line, whatever, they're going to click on your page before they like you because chances are they don't know who you are. And if they go down and they see your page and you don't really have any content like the one you're advertising, they're not going to like it. So you want to make sure that what you're advertising is something that you would post as regular content on your page. Number 3, you want to get something that's trending. You want to, especially if you're going to be dumping a lot of money into Facebook ads, and I know Perrin can attest to this some, and he may actually have some counter views, but you're going to get more impressions. If you're looking to grow it for fast and for cheap, you're going to get more impressions with more popular games. Like you can go into Facebook gaming and see how many people are currently playing current titles. Like say you have the option, you play games, you played Red Dead Redemption and another non-popular game. You're going to get more traction if you advertise the Red Dead Redemption game because more people have played it. You're going to be able to hit a larger audience for probably a little bit cheaper of cost. Number 4 is the content appropriate to advertise. You remember, just because it's a funny clip doesn't mean that it's going to get passed through on Facebook advertising. In fact, even now, I've had clips that I've tried to submit through Facebook advertising just using games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, where if it shows somebody being shot, Facebook will decline that ad and you won't get approved. Sometimes you can sneak it by, but a lot of times you won't. So you have to take that into consideration on what kind of content that you're actually going to advertise. Is it appropriate? Are you using bad language? You need to make sure it is clean content, or else number 1, it's never going to be accepted. And on the off chance that it does get accepted, now you're facing the risk of being reported by people who are seeing the ads, and that doesn't bode well for you either. And finally, the 5th one of these quick little notes, don't add any added text. If you add any added text, it's not going to get accepted, or if it does, it's going to have a very, very low reach and spend. For some reason, Facebook does not like text when it comes to advertising, and this does include images. Which is why we always say, if you're going to do a Facebook advertisement, if you're as a creator, well, number 1, you should be highlighting what you're doing anyway because you're posting videos of yourself doing stuff, not images. So don't add any text to it. If you have text in it or something, take it off, even if it's just a handle for your social media or, where people can donate at the bottom of the page. Don't have any of that. Video yourself streaming, just have that up there, or just video of the game. And I'll kick it back to Perrin on that one because I think he's got a couple counterpoints maybe.
Yeah, actually, I could just kind of add to that. So if you're talking about what type of content you should be advertising, some of the ways you can avoid some of those pitfalls like you're talking about, like swearing, bad language, violence, and you have a game that's inherently violent. I, for a while, tested on a game that's not as well known, but For Honor is immensely violent. I tested on a game that might not be as well known, For Honor, which is a super violent game. I mean, you cut off people's heads in the game. I did not show that type of content in my advertisements. So in format, what I would do is I did Facebook story advertisements, which can be a series of images, as you guys probably understand stories by now. And I would use images of my stream, of myself, of really engaging pictures from my gameplay that did not contain the violence. And I would let people know when my streams occurred and entice them to follow my page for when those streams, for that type of streaming content to be there. And those worked really, really effectively. So story ads kind of being the main one you want to play with. Image ads always do incredibly strong, but avoid text. So for those of you who are used to adding text to your YouTube thumbnails, different thumbnail style for Facebook. You don't want to be chalking it full of a bunch of text. In fact, you pretty much want no text at all if you can avoid it. And then really, really short video ads where the first 3 to 15 seconds are incredibly engaging. Don't add your logo teaser in there in the first couple of seconds. Otherwise, the ad won't do anything for you. It just needs to go straight into something engaging. Ideally, you as a person and a human being on the video screen is definitely good. So those formats have always been the strongest. And the general strategy that I normally play with is having users follow the page for content like that and be very clear what your content is about. So mine was joining the fight with me in For Honor, showing me in For Honor playing it for a couple of video seconds in like a very engaging part that fit Facebook's rules and criteria. So those strategies and those formats work well. I will say in your point about picking a trending game, you definitely can, but also for those of you out there who don't want to just play to the trend, you can pick a smaller game. Like I said, I picked For Honor. It's a game that's not nearly as big, not nearly as trending, and I was able to get concurrent viewers. And it worked out kind of well because it's not so trending that there wasn't a lot of competitive advertising. So I was able to get cheap rates and I was able to grow pretty quickly. And there wasn't really anybody else doing this. So I was kind of gobbling up a lot of different people who liked For Honor on Facebook, but there was nobody streaming the content. So I grabbed up that audience pretty easily.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point, Perrin. There are big games on Facebook that have hundreds of thousands of followers or likes on the main pages of those games, and then like dozens of groups, maybe hundreds of groups that no one is creating regular content for. And so you can go do research, go to facebook.com/gaming, go look at the game listing and go look through not the front page of the top 10 there, but maybe 10 through 50, and go find a game that has a lot of followers, a lot of likes on the main page and what have you in a lot of groups, and then look and see what the most recent videos and streams are that are curated there by Facebook when you click on that game. There are games there right now. Out of that like top 50, like 10 through 50, there's like at least 10 there that have like no active creators, but hundreds of thousands and in some cases millions of fans to tap into. So if you advertise your page, you advertise your content and boost it just a little bit, you can quickly become the #1 creator for AAA games on Facebook. I'm not joking. This opportunity is here right now for the taking, but you're going to need a little bit of that ad money behind it. And you know, when you first start running ads on Facebook, it's easy to waste your money and just run some ads and see very little results. And so how do you reduce those advertising costs, Perrin, and spend really cost effectively and get the most bang for your buck on the platform?
That's the most important thing, because it'd be really, really unfortunate for a creator to come into Facebook, you know, wanting to do what we're talking about, to take $500 in like a month and just not know what they're doing and spend it not efficiently and basically waste it and get very little traction. The way you avoid this is on Facebook, you can add cost caps to your bids for ad buys. So what this means is if you're paying for a link click, which ideally this link click would be like a follow, or maybe it's a link click over to your YouTube channel or whatever you want, really, you can pay per result and you can choose to limit that pay. So a strategy for page follows, for example, if you're starting your page from 0 follows and you want to get it up to like 1,000 to 10,000, you can set a limit to not paying more than 1 cent per follow. This means that you know you can't overspend and waste your money because you've set a cap to what Facebook is actually allowed to bid on. And you can buy follows on Facebook for 1 cent or even less. I've gotten follows for 1/10 of a cent, for 100th of a cent, which is absolutely incredible. There's no other advertising platform where you can get follower growth at those type of margins. So if you set cost caps, this ensures that you don't overspend in an inefficient way. And I would say, as if you're looking for recommendation here, start with the 1 cent per follow cap and see how that works out for you, and do a small test starting out with maybe just like $100 and see how that works out for you.
Oh, I did that for Anthem. This was a AAA game, Anthem. I mean, it failed ultimately, but when it was getting released, it was the biggest game of 2019, and there was a lot of advertising on that game and on those keywords to go after. I did 1 cent. You and I tested this together. I did 1 penny. And you guys might be wondering, well, you do 1 penny followers, for example, for your page. Are they going to be garbage? No, they weren't garbage. They were showing up to my live streams. I ended up getting a bunch of really good fans that would participate in chat regularly. I ended up playing the game with them, and they would engage in my content. They joined my Facebook groups, etc. So you may get, for a penny, maybe 2 out of 100 people that you pay for will be really engaged, but you're getting so many total followers that you're eventually, maybe even 2% to 5% of those, maybe 1% to 5% of those followers you're gaining will be truly engaged later, but you can get so many for your money that you're casting that wide net and you're going to grow your community really quickly.
It works out really, really well. And the second item that I normally add to this is if you're in the United States or whatever country you're in, don't limit your audience to just the country or territory that you happen to be in. Expand your horizons. And the way I do this with gaming is I take a look at the video game I'm playing. I'll use my For Honor example again. And I do some research and look and see where has that game been released in the world, what major cities and territories play that game, and what is the number of people there, or what do the total gamers in those territories look like? And then I target those territories internationally for audience, which makes for a really, really great community. When I did this with For Honor, I had really, really engaged users from different countries, and it was amazing the different perspectives they had, and I could play with them in the game. They would actually join me a lot of the time during my live streams and play the game with me. And so I'd be playing with people from around the world whom I wouldn't have met normally, and my stream became a very international participatory experience, and that's exactly what I wanted for my brand. My whole shtick with For Honor was join me in the game and let's play together, let's join together and like join the fight. And that worked out really, really, really well. Actually phenomenally well, better than I thought it would. And a lot of those international users and fans and concurrent viewers became my top fans. They were there in every stream. They commented on every post. They shared their experiences, and they began streaming themselves, and they would share their stream with me, which I would then go watch them too. So it became a really, really strong experience, which helped build up the success of my stream, because it wasn't just based on my personality and my entertainingness. It was also based off of the community and the things that we were doing together. So I was building a community internationally, and you can do that. I did that all through advertising. So, and I didn't spend a lot of money either. I did a similar budget to you where I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend on the side project. I had like less than you. I think I was doing $100 to $200 tops a month. Some months I was only doing $50 a month to really get this going. And I didn't have 1,000 concurrent viewers in this strategy, nor did I assume that I would, but I was getting up to 100 to about 115 towards the end after a couple months of building this up. So to recap, cost caps on your following growth and on your link clicks, like 1 cent or lower, and appeal to the international audiences of the gaming community for your game, and utilize that to grow and to enhance your gaming community and make it international and multicultural.
I mean, all this advertising is great, but what's the actual strategy underneath it, right? Advertising is supposed to be a complement to your strategy, right, Ross? Not the entire strategy. So how should you think about this overall?
It's kind of like what I talked about earlier. What you advertise should absolutely be a preview about what you regularly post. And I see digital marketing companies do this way more than gaming creators, but where you see an advertisement on your Facebook timeline, and it's a really good advertisement, and I'll click the page, to go and see what they're made of. And then I'll go down and they literally have no post whatsoever on their page. They make up their page entirely of advertisements. There's literally no content on there. So my question is, why in the world would I want to go and like that page when they're not going to be providing me any content? And I'm saying this as a digital marketer talking about digital marketing companies. Think about this as a gaming creator. This is even tenfold that. Why would somebody go and like your page if you're not even posting any gaming content, if you're just doing it all through advertisements, or if all you're posting is links to your live stream on Twitch or links to your videos on YouTube? Stop. You have to give people regular content. And we talk about this literally every single episode. We talk about how you have to have a good social media strategy and you have to know how to implement it. And here we are again in this episode, and probably going to be the next 3 or 4 episodes as well, where we say that. But if you don't have a strategy and you're not posting regular content that is not a sales pitch for you, that is just content that gamers like, that your audience would like, that new people coming in who don't know you will like, that's what you have to do. Otherwise, the advertisements kind of become absolutely pointless.
Knowledge has been dropped on the digital drop.
Boom.
That's so true. You have to put work into this. You can't just think, I'm going to insert dollars, I'm going to advertise some stuff, and then question mark, profit. You know, it's just like a YouTube channel. It's just like a Twitter feed. It's just like anything. You have to consistently provide value to audiences on that platform or it's not going to work. And one of the best ways to do that on Facebook, of course, is to go live. The algorithm rewards live content still. We're recording this toward the end of 2019. So, Perrin, how can you use live most effectively while still keeping in mind that these advertisements we were talking about earlier benefit mostly from clips and highlights? How can you connect those two together to create a complete Facebook page strategy as a gaming channel?
So the goal of this episode is to give you guys the best way to grow your page at a low cost. And for gamers, having live stream content is absolutely necessary to drive that low cost growth. Advertising supplements the live strategy. The live strategy, to me, as a gaming creator perspective, is the core here, because the only place on Facebook, I know we said it was pay to operate, but the only place that you get organic growth now is through live video content on the gamer side, because they've re-implemented the gamer pages into different areas of the website where you actually get organic traction. And it's like the only place in Facebook where this happens now. So you want to take advantage of that organic. And then the pay to operate becomes a complement to your strategy. It just becomes a supplementary thing, not the basic focus and foundation of the whole branding operation that you have there. And so one of the ways I did this was I just ran a regular live stream strategy where with Facebook, it's kind of nice. You don't have to be so aggressive as you might have to be on Twitch, where it's like every day for 9 hours or something like that. No, not like that at all. You can go 2 times a week. I would do 3 a week, I think. And I would stream for about 3 hours for those 3 points in a week. And outside of that, I was advertising my schedule of when the live streams occurred. I was advertising for followers. I was adding additional content to my Facebook page, like images or screenshots or short video segments of different cool things happening in the game that I liked, or different techniques that maybe I was trying to practice with like my character in the game, so that the full content scope had to do with my live streams, but everything was centered around that live content because of the organic growth you get. So the advertising helped build up my organic because it gave me a couple concurrent viewers, which allowed more people to click on my stream organically, say, oh, there's actually at least a couple people watching the Only For Honor stream on Facebook. That's kind of cool. It's not 0. I'll go check it out and see what's going on. So I began to get organic growth, and I began to accelerate it with that advertising. The live strategy is key. And the cool thing about this is, if you're already really devoted to Twitch, if you're already really devoted to YouTube Live, which I would argue against, and I think in another episode we're going to be talking just about that. But if you're not really wanting to give up your push on Twitch or your push on Mixer, you don't have to. In fact, with this strategy, I just use Restream.io, and not for all of my streams, but for most of them, I would just restream to Facebook too, as well as Twitch, as well as Mixer. I would just do all of them. So you can really add on Facebook Live as a main content slate, as Ross is saying that you need a content strategy. And this is it. This is the one that I love. This worked for me. And you can change this around to work for you, but focus on the live component. If you're already doing Twitch, just restream it at the same time to Facebook. The important thing is to make sure in the very beginning of that you're as engaging as possible. Don't sit there like clicking your things and turning them on just when you go live. For Facebook, it's really important that the first 5 to 10 seconds, you're really reeling people in. You're doing something very engaging right out the get-go. It's not like Twitch where you can kind of just relaxingly start up and say, oh, hi, everybody, how you doing, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. You got to be impactful in those first 5 to 10 because that's what's going to bring people on board.
It's so true, and you'll see numbers out there of when people drop off when watching a Facebook video, which ultimately your live stream will become a video afterwards, an archive that people can view. By the way, that's curated through facebook.com/gaming, and people will discover it. 3 to 5 seconds is all you have to catch somebody's attention. And so what I see the big professional live streamers do that run this strategy, Typical Gamer is the best at it on YouTube. The second a stream starts, it's, yo guys, Typical Gamer here, and in today's live stream, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 exciting things. Let's go. And he's already in the action. He's not about to queue up. He's not about to load the game. He's not going to do the update and look at some websites. He's not going to post on Twitter. He's already in the freaking action the second the stream starts. You got to do that on Facebook. And before we talk about subscribing to our podcast, which you should do, Andrew Perrin, how can people just contact you in particular directly if they want help setting up their Facebook ads? This might seem daunting. This might seem confusing. I understand. It was confusing to me years ago when I was starting to kind of dive into Facebook advertising. The back end is crazy how many options are there. How can people contact you directly if they want your help to set up their advertising kind of one-on-one?
You know, for me, I always like using social media to connect in these ways because it also proves to me that you're wanting to use social media too in the same ways. So I really like Twitter DMs. You can DM me at Ashral Digital, ASHRAL Digital. Also, search me up on LinkedIn if you want to come at it from a very much more business perspective, which I also respect greatly. Just look up Andrew Perrin, Perrin, on LinkedIn, and find pretty much the only digital marketing consultant on there, I think. So you can find me there or Twitter, either one. Send me a DM, even if you're not sure, you just want to ask some questions first. I'm happy to answer those. That's generally what I do on my Twitter account all the time. And if you're looking for a little bit more from that, I'm happy to discuss helping ease your transition into the world of Facebook pay-to-operate advertising.
Yeah, I've referred a bunch of creators to Ashral, and he took care of them, including myself. So go hit him up. He'll help you out. He'll let you know what it'll cost and what would be involved, all that good stuff. And hey, he might even give you some free advice. Okay, if you haven't already, we have to have a serious talk, okay? You've been listening to the Digital Drop podcast. You've been enjoying the content. You've learned a lot. Look, if you've learned at least one thing from one of our podcasts ever, subscribe on the platform of your choice so you don't miss our weekly episodes. This thing is rolling full steam right now. We got a Twitter account at Digital Drop Pod. We're releasing this podcast on every freaking audio platform there is. Subscribe so you do not miss out today. You can go full time. We did it. We're here to help you. And don't miss out on that nugget of information that maybe changes the game for you and helps you make this thing actually happen. Thanks for listening. Run some Facebook ads. It'll work out if you actually have some discipline and you learn the technical details behind it and you have some engaging content. You'll blow up on there, man. We've done it. Good luck, creators.